Thank you so much. I don't always get that kind of reception in Washington, D.C. And speaking of Washington, I just came in from Washington night before last, and I have to say, after flying in from Washington, D.C., it is so great to be back inside the United States of America. We live in interesting times. We see ourselves, because we in fact are, the party of America's hardworking moms and dads. We're the party of upward mobility. We're the party of the poor and the middle class. We're the party that fights back against the false promise of the progressive establishment in Washington, D.C. At times like these, we find ourselves with an increasing need to have unity within our party, to come together behind the principles that unite us. It is in fact our principles rather than our logo, our principles rather than our name that holds us together. And we have to remember in our quest for unity, it's not about being like everyone else. Sameness is not the same as unity. To be truly unified, we need to unite together around what makes us different than the other parties, around what makes us different than those who believe that Washington, D.C. has all the answers, about what makes us different in the sense that we believe in the dignity of the human soul, in the freedom of America's sons and daughters to live in a land where our cell phones are not tracked by a government who doesn't watch us from sun up to sundown, who doesn't keep track of our cell phone records in violation of our rights. And so as the last Republican serving in the United States Senate who's not running for President of the United States, I'm here to invite you on a journey with me, invite you on a journey to restore that which has been lost, to restore our lost Constitution, to restore the greatness of the greatest civilization the world has ever known. We've been told time and time again that it's time for us simply to expect less. With economic growth projections coming in a way that makes us less and less optimistic, we're told our best days are behind us. You've got to simply expect less. I'm here to tell you that's not true. I'm here to tell you that America's greatest days remain yet ahead of her. We're great as Americans not because of who we are, but because of what we do. And as Winston Churchill famously said, the American people can always be counted on to do the right thing after they've exhausted every other alternative. Look, we've given this big, Washington-centric, progressive government thing a nice, long college try. A century's worth of trying makes it evident to us that it's time to move forward behind a bold, conservative reform agenda that will put America's middle class back in the center of our economy. And so with my time running short, I'll be brief. Let's remember that it's not time to expect less. It's time instead to expect more. It's time not to accept, not to settle, but to demand more. So don't settle for trillion-dollar deficits. Expect balanced budgets. Don't settle for a government that projects weakness abroad and overbearance at home. Expect a government that will do your work, that will stand up and work for you, rather than demand that the relationship be the other way around. It's time to expect Congress to do its job. Don't accept a president who wants to make law with a pen and a cell phone. Expect Congress to do its job and to boldly defend your rights. It's time, my fellow Americans, my fellow Republicans, my fellow Utahns, to expect more. It's time to expect freedom. Thank you very much.